Good morning, Wednesday. It's so nice outside. It's chilly this morning, but it's going to be 70-ish in the afternoon, so that's a really pretty spectacular day. Pardon me. That does also mean with the seasons changing, the allergies kind of kick up into high gear, but it's okay. Actually, my allergies are pretty much all year long. I'm going to get this shared on my business page, Becky Pfeiffer, Life is a Journey. I'm going to get a drink of coffee after I get this shared, because coffee is life. Gives me life in the morning. The Weight Watchers topic this week is all about sleep, which I don't really have problems sleeping. I do wake up a couple of times a night, but I drink a boatload of water, and coffee in the morning. So I'm not surprised I get up. Well, at least once. Last night was twice. I don't know. Gonna take the collagen, keep the hair, skin, and the nails going, and the hair includes the lashes, and that's kind of what we're talking about this week is lashes. Gotta love that morning collagen shot. All right. I almost forgot to bring in some foundation today, which is, it's important. Good morning, Esther. Oh, let's get the primer going here. Gives it a little extra glow. It's going to look kind of funny when I put it on by itself. Kind of looks shiny. Lashes. Yes, I love my lashes. Okay. Yeah, see, it does give it, this is illuminating primer, which does the primer thing, plus it also helps with giving you a little extra glow. Wednesday, kind of thrown off. I'm going to feel like it's Thursday all week. Won't be at Glam Girls today because grocery shopping is happening today. And my live, it kind of puts us off a little bit. But tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow. Let's get some eyeballs going here. These are the most fun shades ever. I know what I forgot to do. Oh, there we go. When I got my colors out last night, because I've been trying to make, why if you cover? Oh, the illuminating, it does, like if you don't cover it all up, it will actually help you with, give you a little extra glow, which as we age, our glow kind of fades a little bit, and we want to put a little extra back in. But I cover it up because I don't like the glow, but the primer itself helps keep the makeup in place so that it doesn't slide around. And it just helps fill in some of those fine lines and wrinkles. So I always wear primer underneath stuff. But if you don't like primer, if you just like, a little extra protection on your face, you can go with this and the BB Flawless, or BB, I always call it that, tinted moisturizer, and that's got the SPF in there, which I use that, plus I give it a little extra setting to kind of tame down the shine. I always feel like this shine makes me look like I'm sweating. I don't like to sweat. Oh, anyway, this is color mauve. I always forget what it's called. It's got mauve in there somewhere. Marvelous Moment. And so when I laid out the colors that I was going to use for my eyes last night, I really didn't have any idea what I was going to wear because I didn't know what the weather was going to be. And so when I got up this morning, yeah, not the glow. Also have my regular primer, which is mattifying, which we are going to be replacing this coming year, but it's half off right now to sell the stock that we have. And that was my very favorite, but I've been trying to adjust to the illuminating one in case there's like a lapse and I run out, so I can do both. But the mattifying one was the one that was my favorite because it didn't give me a shine. All right, so I've got the mauve gone in there, but I had actually put out this really pretty color called Bronzed and Bougie to go with the mauve. But when I decided what I was wearing today, because it's chilly this morning, I switched it out. And I'm going to use the mauve in combination with my Cool Tones powder, which I didn't get that brush out because I didn't know I was going to use it. Maybe. Nope, it's out. I lied. But I'm going to use the charcoal color that's in this one to kind of like go with the black and white on the shirt. So I'm not going to use a ton of it. I'm just going to tap it in and give it a little extra on the outer edge. And because of the liquid shadows, it really grips. So you might have to do a little extra blending if you're going to use a powder on top of the liquid. So I'm going to work on that because it looks, look how well it's gripping. But I want it to blend out so it looks cool and just gives a little extra depth there. I might put a little extra of the mauve on there just to kind of like cover it a little bit more. See, this side's not grippy as much because I had just done the mauve on this side. When these liquids set, they are there for the day, even through sweat and heat and all that kind of stuff. So I like it a lot. And I'm gonna show you one of my tips and tricks for my lashes that has really helped me as I've gotten older, because my lashes started to thin out and drop out and all the things besides the collagen helps a lot, and the hair, skin, and nails gummies, those help too. But I started using Eternal Lash Growth Serum to like go along with my Quadra Lash Serum, and it's really helped out. I think my lashes are growing a lot more in length and volume since I started using it, and I have to use it consistently every night. It's like my last, not right now at this time. There's 8 core shades and there's no dark olive. The olive I have is in one of my powder. And there might be a green one still available in the regular liquid shadows. I'd have to look that one up for you. All right, so I'm gonna blend this a little bit more. And I don't think I'm gonna give it anything extra. I think I'm just gonna go with this as it is. And what I could do, and I think I will do after I do underneath my eyes, is I'm gonna grab my eyeliner brush, and I might take the charcoal underneath the eye as my liner. I'm just gonna go with that. But I do have this Eternal Lash Serum on my site now, so if you wanted to pick up on that. All right, got the eyes done. I'm gonna do the under eye concealer. I'm using my cream shadow as my concealer because I don't really want it to be like very thick. I like plums and olives too. I'm really hoping with Black Friday stuff that they have some of those, more of those colors coming out. I won't know until Black Friday starts, which I think is going to be starting mid-November and go through the end of the month through Black Friday. But what I'm thinking is, and what I did hear is that we're going to get different bundles that are going to be like starting, like coinciding with my free gift calendar. So my free gifts start on Mondays, go through Thursday, and then Thursday through Sunday. So that's how, I think that's how the bundles are going to run. Stay tuned for that. I'm excited. So I'm just using a little bit of the cream foundation. And what I do to get that color corrector thing going on, I'm normally a cool tone. So this is a neutral tone in a lighter shade, just one shade lighter. Yes, definitely. I will keep you posted because you'll be in the, well, you'll be in the US, but you can also get those bundles, I think, sent to the UK if you're gonna miss like when they're coming out, or I can arrange to figure that out. All right, so I got that color corrector going on down there. I'm gonna use a little bit of my tinted moisturizer, which has SPF 30 in there. One of the things on the Weight Watcher meeting, which I thought was pretty interesting, which I can't do, is to help your sleep, that within 2 hours of waking, you get outside and get into the natural sunlight. Well, when you get up at 6 a.m. and it's winter, it's not going to be sunny, and I'm not going to be outside by 8 o'clock. So that can't happen, but most mornings, like we can get out there by 9-ish. So not too far off. But that's supposed to help your sleep. I didn't realize. I had never heard that one. So I'm just tapping in this BB Flawless. You can see, like, if I just did this step, the glow kind of still comes through from the illuminating primer. Now, as we age, we lose that natural glow. So we want a little bit to be happening there. So I do let some of it shine through, but not as much as a lot of people. All right. So, like, here's one of the things I do to kind of nullify that, as I put a little bit of a foundation powder. See how that just automatically just takes that down there? Tapping that in. Plus, that also helps me cover up some of these age spots a little bit more. Now, your skin is really beautiful, Esther. I don't think you have any age spots. So call yourself lucky there. I've had so much sun exposure through the years that they're there. And I can do things to, like, fix them, but I am not going to. I'm just going to be no filter. It's the way it is. All right, so here's something funny. You know how those, like, Facebook ads get you? Well, there is one that was getting me for, like, stamping on brows. Good morning, Pat. So I like, my brows get to me all the time. So I actually ordered one of those stamp on brow things. It came yesterday. I was so excited. And I'm like, I'm going to try that. I don't know. I have to play with it because when I stamped it on there last night after I washed my face, this part was there, but the other one was, like, way up here. I'm not getting the angle, and I wasn't figuring out how to do it. So I'm probably going to have to, like, watch some YouTube videos of people actually doing it in slow motion. Because it clearly did not work for me last night, and my brows were, like, all over the place. So I think the idea is that you just stamp them once and you're done. Yeah, not unless I want my half of my brow up here. I mean, and it's got a clear base on there, so I don't know. I do like the brow products I'm using right now. And I thought this might just give me a little bit more structure to it. This may be one of those things that, like, I try it and it's gone. I'm not going to use it. It's going to have to go by the wayside. So there's that. Apologize for the clearing the throat. It's the allergies coming out in full force. Anyway, started making my list. My husband's traveling. What do you do for eating spots? There is, Pat, there is a vitamin C is known, and it's been researched topically to help with age spots. And I do have a 7-day intensive, like, you use it once a day for 7 days, and then you let it set for a month, and you can come back the next month and use it again. And it's a serum, and it's got this little bead about this big. You put the serum in it, mix it up, and then you tap it in these places and it works really well. I just never take the time to do it. Call me lazy. Call me lazy. But it does work really well. Collagen that has vitamin C included in it also helps lighten them. Some of the serums you can get are actually, other serums will help a little bit as well. But that's what I do. And otherwise, and if I don't do anything and I let it go and I forget to use the 7-day, which I've got 2 on the shelf, I probably should use them. It does lighten these up. And these are primarily where mine are. I've got a couple that are on the nose here. And I've got one that's been lightening a little bit that's been up here too. That's where they're at. All right, let's put a little blush on. Swipe and blend. Super easy to use. Bunch of different colors in those. I love those. There's even some ones that are a little bit of illuminating, if you like a little glow there, if you like a little highlight. Half the time I forget about it. I'm not gonna lie there. All right, let's get a little bit of setting powder going where I put that neutral color underneath the eye. So I'm using this setting powder, and it's got water molecules in it, so it's not drying. It doesn't like cake on you. But I just use a nice little fluffy brush, and I have to grab a mirror that I can see up close and personal. And I just tap it in where I put that under eye corrector. Easy peasy. And then I also use that powder over the rest of the face, which I'm going to use right now with a nice fluffy brush. And that's going to help keep everything in place for me. And if you're using a big fluffy brush, that helps brush any excess away. There we go. I do like to come back with a little extra blush on top of that, just to kind of give it a little extra color. It looks like I have some color in my face. I still haven't heard anything from the Pillsbury. Wah, wah. Hopefully they call soon, and then I won't be able to even mention it again. So if I stop mentioning that I haven't got a call yet, then you'll know that I've got a call. All right, I'm going to throw this lip balm on just because that's what I'm going to use today. Super easy to use, keep in the purse. Little shine, little color. This one's called Sunday Brunch. I also really like Quick Getaway and Spa Day. Super moisturizing, just a little pop of color. There we go. These are brand new, so new products on the market. All right, got to do the brows and the lashes, and we'll spend the last couple minutes talking about lashes, and then I'm going to head and get some groceries. So I have things to eat while my husband travels. I'm going to make pumpkin butter today. Coach Michael on Weight Watchers had a recipe for pumpkin butter. He used brown sugar monk fruit. However, because I'm going to share them as gifts, I'm going to use regular brown sugar and put them in cute little jars. Mostly because I don't know if the people that I'm giving them to have any reactions to like monk fruit, and I don't want to cause any problems. And so I'm going to make that today. But the good thing is that, I mean, the serving size is 2 tablespoons, which I feel like is a lot of pumpkin butter. In the recipe builder last night, I changed it out to regular brown sugar, and it changed the points. It's 2 points for 2 tablespoons, which means it's like a point per tablespoon. And I feel like 1 tablespoon would be enough. And what I would use it for myself, is to put it on top of my waffle on a sundae. I think it'd be really good with my chocolate waffle. So I may save just a little bit out for myself, but if I really like it, then I'm going to make it with the monk fruit for myself. Because I'm also going to give some of this to my neighbor. My husband's going to take some up north. And then I'm also going to make another batch with just regular brown sugar for Thanksgiving. And we can share it with the people that are coming for Thanksgiving. But the recipe is super simple. Basically, you just put the pumpkin puree, the brown sugar, the spices. It's 2 cinnamon sticks, which I don't keep those in the house, so I actually had to buy those. So I guess a good thing they're fresh. And I think that's it that goes in there. And then you just cook it down. Now, he said you could put it in the slow cooker on low for like 8 hours, or just cook it on the stove on medium. I think it is. You bring it to a boil, and then you reduce it and let it just kind of hang out there for like 40 to 50 minutes. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do, because I want it to cool enough. I got to hopefully find some cute little jars at Walmart when I go shopping. Little small ones to put stuff in. All right, so lashes. Start at your base, give it a wiggle. Quadra has the serum built in. So in addition to my Eternal Serum, I'm getting a dash of serum every time I use Quadra, which is literally almost every single day. But you want to start at the base, give it a wiggle so you can release that serum into the lash. And then I like to twist the brush to transfer the rest of the product on the rest of the lashes. Now, the other day when I did this, I did an extra step with my 4D mascara on top. And that just really beefed up the lashes, the length and the volume. Now, I'm going to do that today. I'm just going to do a regular coating, and I might come back in with one extra coat of mascara just because, you know, I like my lashes to stand out. Even with just one coat, you can tell like a big difference there. All right, and of course you probably know, don't pump your mascara. What that does is it puts air into it and that dries it out that much faster. And if you aren't aware, you should be replacing your mascara about every 3 months, because every time you open it, you're going to get some bacteria in there and it's going to automatically start to dry out. So according to safety standards, you're going to want to replace it every 3 months. It's not just a sales tactic. It's actually proven safety-wise. I don't know if you're aware, all makeup actually has to have an expiration, not an expiration date per se, but once you open it, you should only be keeping the product for a certain amount of time. Which I need to find a system. I need to find like little stickers. Maybe it's just those garage sale stickers that I put on things of when I open things. Because I show you guys so many different things that I don't necessarily go through everything that quickly. Now, the things that I really, really like some of my favorite colors, I'm whipping through those pretty quickly because on the off days, I'm going to wear those 100%. Like these liquid shadows, I'm wearing these almost every day. I'm kind of obsessed with them. So I'm going through those pretty quickly, but mascara, there's a little, can I see it on there? Yep, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There's a little teeny tiny icon on every makeup. It looks like a little treasure chest, and it's got a number in the center of that little treasure chest, and that's the number of months, I believe it's usually in months, that you should keep a product. I think eyeshadows typically are a year. You can see that. Yep, 12 months. Maybe you can see a little bit better. That's the little icon. It's always the same icon, and there's always a number in the center of it, and that's how long you should be keeping it for safety standards. So lipstick, I believe, is also a year. It's, not only is it like safety standards, but it starts to lose its color and pigmentation. Now, some of the other things, like if you just pick up at Ulta, they may, like if it's eyeshadow, they may automatically, you know, slap that 12-month on there. But you might notice some differences earlier than that. Now, all of our products have been tested to at least have the full color potential through that 12 months or however long that is, depending on the product. Did you know that? All right, a little extra in the lashes and just kind of flaring it out on the outer edge. And that's the look for today. I used a little bit of my Marvelous Mauve, and then I used, in conjunction with my purple-ish colors, I just used the charcoal color underneath me eyes. Is it Pirate Day? And also under, like in the outer corners. Let's spray it and set it. Color good. And that will be the look for today. You guys have a fantastic day. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to see anything, I'm going to do one more lash live on Friday. I'll figure out what I'm going to talk about there. I had to round it out. I'm trying to start something where I'm doing like a theme of the week. I think next week's going to be brows, so I might try to play with that stamp a little bit more, or just show you guys how weird it is and have it show where it goes, and maybe somebody else can show me how to use it. But as far as using brow things, we'll talk all things brow next week, and I'll figure out the week after that. All right. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Have a fantastic day. I hope you can get out and enjoy some sunshine. Enjoy your life and find something to be happy about today. Bye, guys.